There they go into the back. The blue line on. We have a race, and Satnova's beaten Pure Steel out by a length and a half.
Welcome to Talking Trots, hosted by Morts and Michael Radley on Tab Radio, Racing and Sport.
The sensational Sydney sider, Seals to Sam, comes off the back straight. He's a bucket load of alliteration, this fellow.
Scott Bomber Hill will join the boys to look at the Friday night meeting at Gloucester Park, and Hayden King will find the winners for the weekend's racing.
Here comes Quinny. I'm the mighty Queen is 4 deep and letting go.
Sit back and enjoy Talking Trots with Morts and Michael Radley.
I'm the mighty Queen is just in front. Dasher VC can do no more, and the West Australian champion has done it again.
Yes, hello and welcome to another big edition of Talking Trots. And we're really starting to get into this Nullarbor build-up. Pinjarra Cup has been on. We're building into the Bunbury Cup and all the other races coming in. There's been some big changes to the slot races this week, with Leap to Fame winning the Miracle Mile, deciding not to go to any slot race. And that's been playing a little bit of musical chairs, but we'll chat about that in a little bit later on. But a big hello to Glen Mortimer. Morts, how are you?
Evening, Michael. Great to be back here again.
Isn't it?
3 in a row. It's not bad.
Almost record-breaking.
Very good. Even night for our man Scott Bomber Hill last Friday at GP. Finished up all square at GP, but down 5 on the country tracks. But I think
that's why we've got a new country tipster this week, and a very special guest.
So he's been sacked from the country.
Well, but, he took it as read, but a very bit of cross promotion for Talking Trots tonight.
Yep, which is very good.
A new country tipster.
But as always, was a great night of racing last Friday night at Gloucester Park. In the opener, Show Pony got to the front, and that was that. The Mickey Taker really driven out hard at the start by Aidan DeCampo to get up behind the leader. Did very well to get in there, and then when they turned, he sprinted very quickly to get up and score the win. Jetstar came with a very well-timed run after also settling behind the leader, so it's not just a leader's track, Michael, to get up at $71. Now, my fella gave poor old Aiden's arms a workout, El Chema. Boy, oh boy.
Didn't he
pulled very hard. So now,
wasn't a great race for JP, that race?
No.
Tiffany didn't watch
it. With Rolling Fire just finishing now, I think. Lavra Joe, isn't he back to his best? How good was that run Friday night?
Well, I said last Thursday night that he
had to make a statement.
Had to go out and make a statement, and Kyle Harper certainly did.
What a tough win in 153.8. It was a very windy night.
Swing Dam was good.
Yeah, very, very good. Nullarbor Navajo was able to hold the front and was emphatic with that win. Patient Drive by Kyle Symington produced Galaxy Warrior at the top of the straight and sprinted too fast over the top of them to score. Luca had to avoid some early obstacles in the race, but in the end was just too good, drawing away for a good win. Exceptional Armour stayed out of the early burn, proved too strong in 155.2. Highview Heidi for Chris Voke was too strong in the 2-year-old event, and Judy Bound made it a race-to-race double for Vokey, hanging on to take out the last, trained by Gemma Heyman. So looking at some pretty slim pickings here, Michael. Friday night...
we spread around then, Morts, which is good.
Well, it's not spread very far, because Friday night we had a double to Kyle Symington. He's driving very well.
Isn't he?
He is driving very well.
Guns.
And a double to Chris Voke, and that's it. Nothing from the trainers.
That's what I mean, spread around.
Yeah, nothing from the... Yeah, I'll listen next time.
So it's just normal, Morts.
Yes.
You just dismiss whatever I say.
Yeah.
Continue on.
Saturday night at Northam, a double to Shannon Savelko. Not too many weeks go by without Shannon Savelko. And a double to Mitchell Miller. Sunday at Bridgetown, first time at Bridgetown for the year. Double to Matthew Scott and a double to Aidan DeCampo in the training ranks, and another double to Shannon Savelko and Aidan DeCampo in the driving. Gee, Shannon gets around a bit, doesn't he? Bridgetown, Northam, Gloucester Park.
A lot of miles.
Monday at Pinjarra, double to Barry Howlett and a treble to Mitchell Miller in the gig. And Tuesday at Gloucester Park, a double to Christopher Voke. So is Junior on holidays or just
Well, he drove our horse to start with.
Didn't get off to a very good start, but
after he jumped off it, he said, I thought I was going to have a good night tonight, but...
maybe not. So it was a big week in harness. There was some great action in the country trots, which we'll talk about a little bit later on, but it was a big week of harness racing starting, and then we switched to Saturday night, of course, the Miracle Mile, so it was just a feast of harness.
Great night of racing. It
was great.
Miracle Mile.
Enjoyed that. Good coverage. Enjoyed the coverage.
Yeah, really good coverage, and we'll chat about that as well a little bit later on.
Sounds good.
Well, Morts, it's time to get to our very special guest tonight, trainer Mike Reid, who, geez, he's in really good form. And one of the horses that are flying the flag is Flying Rumour. Let's go back to 2 starts ago at its last win. And this horse has won 3 out of its last 5. Let's listen to Flying Rumour win.
Really get there with a lot of authority around the outside, and here comes Flying Rumour, who's in career best form. Into the straight, Jasper Vella Beach on the outside. Flying Rumour's got the lot of them, goes up and sweeps to the front. I'm a 5-star General's coming through, wonderful to fly on, placed again, but Flying Rumour takes the lead and Flying Rumour wins. Into second goes I'm a 5-star General.
Yeah, Matty Young picked it in career best form as Flying Rumour, and trainer Mike Reid joins us now. Mike, welcome to the program.
Good, thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, geez, this horse has turned the corner and going really well.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? He's really, it's good training.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I said to the owner, Jim Mitchell, most probably 3 months ago, 8 weeks ago, he's just no good. He just can't run, just his own worst enemy, and just pulls and just won't settle. Shouldn't move him on. So he said, I don't know, well, that... He's going to move him on in a week. Well, it went about 3 weeks, and I hadn't hobbled him. And we're just leading him and all that sort of thing. So I thought, I'll just put him in a race and see what happens, Well, I put him in, and I think he ran 3rd, came from way back and flashed home. I thought, God. So I nominated him next week, and I just led him off another horse, never hobbled him, and he just got better and better and better and just settled down. Yeah. Well, he's a horse, he just doesn't take work.
Yeah, but in the races, he seems to be able to, as you say, settle, but he's been able to do a little bit of work to get to the positions that he needs to and still has that kick at the end.
Yeah, he was his worst enemy for pulling. He used to just pull, and we had a lugging pole on him. I just took everything off and just, as I said, I started him and I thought he'd go no good, but he went super, and less gear you got on him, more happier he is, and better he goes, yeah. But you try and if you watch him, he turns his head, he hangs down. Yeah, Shannon reckons he doesn't hang that bad, but looking at him, you think, God, he's running sideways, but he gets the job done, that's for sure.
Yeah, it sounds to me like good driving there, Mike.
Don't tell Shannon that. Don't wrap him up.
Who'd have thought he'd go around a free-for-all at $9 against a Fremantle Cup winner in Mighty Ronaldo?
I know exactly. I thought it'd be a Colourburn Cup. He'd be the only race he'd be going to if he's lucky. But no, he just turned the corner. Thank goodness the owner never came and picked him up. And every time he wins or runs a good race, he rings me, Jim Mitchell, and tells me, you're a good judge. Yeah, it's good the horse is going good, but geez, a couple hiding after the race.
He's got a very good record. He's only had 31 starts for, I think, 10 wins and 10 placings. So you were pretty quick. You were pretty quick to think that he couldn't go on there, Mike, considering his record.
Yeah, he was just wasn't a nice horse. You'd take him to the track and he'd backwards, forwards, sideways. He'd come off the track and you'd have to grab him and tie him up quickly. He'd end up knocking you over. He was just a real awful horse, just to handle and everything. But just the last most probably couple of months, he's just turned the corner and he's happy and he's out the paddock 24 hours a day, which I think that's definitely helped him. I don't bring him in at all, just stays out the paddock all day, all night, and yeah, he's just happy, just loves what he's doing, and he's happy and we're happy.
Yeah, look, it's been good watching him, just come through the ranks. He's, as Matt Young said, he's just in career best form and continuing on, but he's got a pretty big task on Friday night in race 6 in the free for all. He's got it's only a small field, and he's drawn the outside in gate number 7. He's got the good driver on, Shannon Savelko. What are your thoughts there, Mike? How do you see the race playing out?
Well, when the fields come out, I said to Sumi, what she's got a share on the horse, and naturally it can win all the time when it starts with her. And I said, you'd be lucky if it runs a place on that field. And he said, it'll run a place. You got no idea, I said, how's it going to beat Franco Ecuador or Galactic Star? Well, I see Franco Ecuador's out, so that's only 6 on it now, so it just makes it a lot easier for him. But I just hope to goodness Franco Ecuador hasn't going to miss again, because he is a great horse.
That would be a real big shame.
Yeah, it's just come through there, the scratchings then that I've seen, unfortunately. And
Kim's done a lot of work to get and been very patient.
Maybe it might just be a virus, hopefully. Who knows, hopefully. It's just a virus abscess, but no, Kim's done a great job getting the horse back to where he was racing, because 12 months ago everyone said he was completely finished, so he's done a great job. So
now we've only got 6 in the field, Mike, with Franco Ecuador out. How do you see it playing out now? Yeah, I think he has got good gate speed, but when we haven't been burning him, he's been running better races. So I think we'll just go back and hold him up and just hope there's a bit of speed on. Maybe we might be able to get on the back of Galactic Star or one of them horses. Mighty Vanilla would be a good one to sit on, but I don't know. We need luck, but they all need luck in that sort of field now. It's very even field now. Franco Ecuador's out, that's for sure. Yeah, certainly is, and the small field always makes it, you think, small field, you don't have many horses to go round, but those smaller fields can be quite tricky. Yeah, they can be, because most of the time they're in single file and they just pull out with 600 metres to go, and it's hard to make up ground when they just go steady. You need a bit of speed on, but sometimes, whatever you think, 9 times out of 10 the opposite happens. So, isn't that the truth? We just got to leave it. I just leave everything up to Shannon. I never ever tell Shannon how to drive a horse. That's his job, not mine. But sometimes after the race, I tell him what he should have done. But Monday's expert, hey? Oh, look, there's not too many better drivers in Western Australia than Shannon Savelko, that's for sure. You've had a great partnership together and won some very nice races. In the opener, you've got He's Good As Gold, you've got the Plum Draw there in Barrier 1. Do you hold up from there? Yeah, I think so. He's got good gate speed. I reckon he'll definitely hold up, yeah. I think it'll be hard to beat. He ran second at Northern the other night, but he had a hard run, a very hard run. Talk about drives, don't talk about it. He ran a good race, and he pulled up a bit big over his back, so I think he'll only improve on the run, and I think he should lead from 1 and be hard to beat.
We go to race number 5, and you've got 2 in this. Our Shelley Beach, Shannon on again, and also BJ's Boy with Emily aboard. Ira Pool's favourite again, short price favourite, has been short price his last couple of starts and has been down the track. What do you think of the 5th race? Yeah, it's Shelley Beach. He needs luck. If he can lob 1-1-1-2 and the speed's on a bit, he'll run on. And the same as BJ's Boy. Just got to drive him for luck. Just try and duck and dive and hold him up. But I was very impressed with Galaxy Warrior the other night. Oakland's a great run. The way he got home, and it's big odds. I don't think he should be that odds. That's for sure. Yeah, certainly was a very good run. And then we move to race 8. Horse by the name of Mr. Linton with Shannon Savelko on once again. Drawn the 4 in what's a fairly even sort of race, I thought. Yeah, he comes in his first up. He hasn't trialled, but his work's been good. He worked the other day with Hoppy's Way and Blitzen By, and he finished alongside them horses. So if they were in this field, they'd be odds on. So I'm expecting him to run a good race. So I don't know, even though the 4 he has got a bit of gate speed, but if he finds the top, it'd be great. If he doesn't, if he can get cover somewhere, they'll definitely know he's there at the finish, that's for sure. Very good. And then you finish out the night. Now, Michael, Vegas Strip is it out? Yeah, Vegas Strip's out, and so's the bottom line, Great Boulder. Great Boulder. So once again, we've got another tricky little 5-horse field. You're still surrounded by Team Bondo, Mike. Yeah, no, they're hard to beat. They're hard to beat. One of them, and 3 of them. Yeah, I remember Jimmy Schrader. Jimmy Schrader always used to come off the track, and if Fred Kersley had 2 or 3 in the one race, he'd come up. I can beat one of them, but he said I can't beat 3 of them. He said. Yes, very true. Saying, yeah. Now Bondi's horse is going to be hard to beat. Princess Payne's a good horse. Little Master, I think they're going to be a little bit too good for him. He's a nice horse coming through. I think it will be a better
horse later on, but at this stage we'll be driving in quietly and just ducking and diving, yeah.
He's well bred by Better's Delight out of our Golden Goddess.
Yeah, you wouldn't get a better bred horse, would you?
No.
Yeah.
And you'd think the Better's Delight would get better with age.
Yeah, they keep saying the betters get better. So, and I think he will too. He's just like a big kid at the moment. Just doesn't know what it's all about. But I think he will be. He will definitely get better for sure.
And what's your best on Friday night?
Oh, gee, that's a hard one. Well, I suppose
first one, race one, number one.
Race one, number one. Yeah. Race one, number one, and maybe Flying Room. And now that other horse is scratched. Yeah, but I think he's good as gold's the best for sure. Yeah, from day one, definitely.
Mike, the sales were on recently. Jim and Willie Gemelli and Swan Do probably weren't as active as they have been in previous years. You took home three yearlings. What do you think of the sale?
Yeah, I thought the good ones went for good money. It was. There was some nice stuff there. It's nice stock there, that's for sure. But we were happy with the three what we bought. To be honest, my pick was, I think it was lot 81, the Always Be Mickey, full sister to, I can't think now, you've got me. Jim and Willie bought it 24,000. Here's a pick up. I liked him the best of the sale, and we were going to go hard on him, and he went to 24,000. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, so either be a good judge or be hopeless. So time will tell. But I just loved him as soon as I saw him. Just looked athletic and just a nice horse. Yeah.
The Always Be Mickey out of Pacific Glory.
Pacific Glory. That's it. Yeah, which is
Montana Glory's.
Montana Glory, full brother.
Yeah.
Full brother to Montana Glory. And she's a very, very good mare, but she's got laminitis.
Yeah, okay.
She's been sore whole life. She's had problems, and if she never had that, she'd be a very, very good mare. And that's what I liked. And then when I saw him, I thought, geez, he looks more athletic than she did, yeah.
Okay.
And the family's done a good job, so, yeah, it's worth the risk, yeah.
We'll have you on this time next year, Mike, and we'll see whether we're calling you a good judge or a bad judge. But
exactly.
Well, you tell you what, you've been going really, really well with the fillies out of the sale, Mike.
Yeah, I like the fillies. I think where I am definitely suits the fillies. We've got nice green paddocks, and they're out there all day and just coming at night, and they're out there together. And I think the fillies just love that. And, I just got away with the girls, Mike. You know that.
Sue told me that. Sue told me that.
It's about the only females I can win over. That's for sure.
Before the ink had dried, you put your hand up for the next lot, 513, which is Tall Dark Stranger, Panorama, Sunshine. What did you like about that one?
Yeah, I'd liked him. That's the Lord Lexus was out of that family. I had him. He was a nice one. He won about 18, 19 races, Lord Lexus, and it's a good family. And I know Ryan Bell bought last year's, and he likes it, but he's a colt. And he said just very, very bully, needs gelding, and I've seen him work down the track a few times, and he's a nice going horse. And when I saw him, I thought, well, he's Westbred, out of a good family, so yeah, why not have a go? Yeah. And big reports about Tall Dark Stranger. He's got to prove himself, but pretty good reports about him. Yeah,
and was inexpensive too.
No, he wasn't. I think he was 34 or something. Was it? That's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, which is great. Now you were also spied. Sorry, Michael.
Sorry, you also took home the filly that Mortz knows a bit about the family by Better's Delight out of Motu Lady Cullen. And I know I spoke to Justin about this filly as well, and he was pretty impressed with her. But I know Punch Bowl, which is the half, actually the full by Better's Delight filly, she was a really big filly.
She was. Yeah.
What do you like about her?
Well, firstly, Motu Lady Cullen, Albert Wormsley and myself bought her at the yearling sale.
Yeah, okay.
How long ago? That's probably 12 years, 14 years ago now. As a yearling, we paid over 100,000 for. I went hard with Albert. Unfortunately, it wasn't a good move for that horse. But she just lacked speed, but she's well bred mare.
Yeah.
And then the Charles family bought as a brood mare. And, yeah, she was very, very big herself. But this filly wasn't big. And I thought, anyhow, we went up to so much. It was passed in, but Jim and Willie bought it after the sale. And bought it off Kevin later on. And, yeah, I quite like her. Actually, straight after, when the sale finished, Combined Horse Floats were going to take him down to the horse breakers. And Kim Rose, the vet on course, rang me and said it's got colic. Oh, that's nice. Oh. So I went, picked it up, and I thought I'd better bring it back to my place. So I brought it back to my place. We all drenched it, and I put it in a side paddock, and just a nice green grass paddock. And where we jogged the horses around, the next day, every time we come around, this filly would pace up and down the fence line, three-legged. Yeah, she'll pace for sure, just three-legging up and down the fence.
Oh, beautiful.
So she's got over a colic, and she'll pace, so we're halfway there.
Yeah, and it's the magic cross, as they say. The better's the light over a Christian colour mare. So
yeah, they say that. So hopefully she looks like she'll go early, which is good. Yeah, that's where the money is, isn't it?
Now, Mike, you were also spied over in New Zealand going back a few weeks ago as well. Anything to report from the trip over there? Did you...
Well, a report about buying horses, nothing else, Mike.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a look at 2 going along horses and they never passed the vet test.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so they never passed the vet, so we never bought them. So we come home with nothing.
Okay.
We bought one. So we bought one over there.
Okay.
By Art Major, yeah. So he's lobbed back here now. But we're going to Melbourne.
Oh, for the nutrient sale?
Yeah. So that'll be good. Yeah. So we'll have a look there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be. Should be a pretty strong sale. The sale in Sydney was relatively strong on Sunday. A couple of really good lots there, but once again, the good ones go for good money, and then there's a bit of a lull in that middle section. So, be interesting to see how the Melbourne goes. But there's plenty of horses in Melbourne, Mike. There's plenty to get around to inspect. You'll be busy.
Oh yeah, there's heaps of them there. But they do a good job. They do a good job, and there are some nice well-bred horses there. Yeah, so there'll be 1 or 2 good ones there, but just got to try and pick them out.
Yep.
It's not an easy thing. One horse I do have a good opinion of, the 3-year-old filly sales classic winner, Waterloo. How did she pull up after the win? She's a terrific filly.
Yeah, no, she's put up really good. To be honest, I went after a couple of starts back. I said to Jim, well, we've just got to spell her, turn her out. So we took him down to, they just built an adjustment place themselves, and we took it down there, but she just will not settle. We've tried at different places. She just walks up and down the fence, and we left her there for 2 days, and Jim rang up and said she's digging a hole big enough to bury herself and just walking up and down the fence. So I brought her home, put her in a paddock. She goes in each day, and she's good as gold. So I said to Jim, we'll just keep working her, and she's going good, so, I don't hobble her. I just give her a little canter through the week and play around with her, and the only time she has to hobble is on when she goes to the races, yeah. So, but she's coming along good. The other horse I just bought back, actually, a horse we've all forgotten about, Lion Queen.
Oh, yeah? Oh, how's she?
Yeah, she done a 10. She got the final of the Sale Classic, Waterloo won. She was favourite for that race. Yeah, she was. And that morning, they were galloping around the paddock, and she hit herself and damaged the sheath of the tendon. Anyhow, Murdoch looked at her and said, give her 6 months off, and Jim said, we'll give her 12 months off. He said, she's not going to race at 2, we'll give her 12 months. So she's had 12 months off, and she's come back. She only just started work today, but it looks real good.
Oh, outstanding.
I myself, I know it's a silly thing to say, but I think she was a better horse than Waterloo as a 2-year-old.
Yeah,
she was really good. Yeah.
Well, she was going to start favourite in that sales classic. She was $1.03 in the heat, and she won very easily. I think 4 lengths or whatever she won by, and so that's fantastic. Got her back, Mike, and obviously patience have paid off, and obviously Jim and Willie have got plenty of patience as well.
Yeah, they're good. They're good owners. If you say, you've got to be careful what you say. If you say we just give it 4 weeks. I say, no, give them 8 weeks. Not Harvard, I say 2 weeks. I say 4 weeks. No, they're good. They're good to deal with. That's for sure. They just let me do what I want to do, and no, they're good.
Yep.
Rooster gamers, yeah, very good.
Good on you, Mike. You got a couple to trial at Wanneroo, so we'll let you go. Good luck, and we'll see you at the track tomorrow night.
Yeah, Mike, just one thing before I go.
Yeah.
Sue sent me down to buy an ice machine the other week.
Yeah.
And I went to the Allenbrook store, the Retribution Allenbrook store.
Yeah,
I came home with a colour TV, everything except an ice machine. But I'll tell you one thing. I've done a bit of homework with the other electrical outlets.
Yeah.
And if you want to save time and save money, go to Retribution. They're the cheapest and best service. Plus, you get the 5% off. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
If you know, remember.
You're a good man.
We won't have to do the ad now, Mike. You've done the ad.
Well,
you've done the ad.
Sure,
for us.
there'll be a beer tomorrow night. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, well, actually, and didn't you go with your grandson? And he said, "This isn't going to go down well at home."
Pop, we're going to be in trouble when we get home. Then you're going to say, "What in the hell have you bought the TV for instead of nice machine?" He was exactly right. All right, boys, keep up the good work.
Good on you, Mike. Thanks for
Thank
that.
See you, mate. Bye-bye. See you
There
later.
we go, Mike Reid.
There we go. Well, there we go. There's a...
And this segment is brought to you by then Retrovision,
And I
a
didn't
personal sponsor for Mike Reid.
Yes, I didn't even pay him anything for that. So.
No, your local WA electrical appliance specialist, where RAC members receive an additional 5% every day, which Mike obviously is.
He is. And Michael, if you are an RAC member, for the next 4 days, you will save 10%
Double.
off store-wide.
Mike might go back for the ice machine.
Might. So you can have a double dip at Retrovision for 4 days, must end Sunday, 10% off store-wide. There are some exclusions, as there always is, but get into the new store at Allenbrook or any one of your Retrovision locations statewide and save 10% store-wide.
When we were in New Zealand, I caught up with the good Radley.
Oh,
and I was telling
very good, Radley.
I was telling him about the pizza mesa from Retrovision.
Right.
I might have to send him one. We might have to get a shipment to New Zealand. So we all know how good they are.
Yes, they are.
Gary Orr Jr.'s got one. Michael Young's, the powerful Michael Young's
Very
got one.
powerful Michael Young's got one as well. So, no, very good, but big weekend down there at Retrovision. So make sure you get in, and good to see. It's just, I love hearing about the local people that are supporting us back for the support we give to harness racing. That's why we do it.
And plenty of people message you and you look after them.
Yeah, it's great. Really good.
Yeah, and if you need anything and you don't know Glenn, feel free to contact him on Twitter.
Yes.
Direct messaging. He loves when people slides into his DMs.
That I do. Now, Michael,
he'll give you a discount.
I've got breaking news.
You've got breaking news.
Well, it's not breaking. It's just big news.
Okay.
Right. This is.
I'm waiting.
It doesn't get much bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not a trick question.
Okay. That's good. I get worried when you start like this.
You know, now we are truly national.
Are we?
Yep. Sean from the Apple Isle is a confirmed listener. We've reached Tasmania. I've confirmed it. He purchased a couple of shares with JP Pacing and
outstanding.
Made the comment that he likes listening to Talking Trots in WA.
Outstanding.
So we're up
to 17.
We've got Hayden, so we're 18.
18.
Yep. So truly national. How good was that?
Outstanding work.
Yep.
That's really and great to see that people are listening, are getting excited about WA racing.
Sean loves
and are buying shares. We've got plenty of like Charlie. Charlie in Victoria loves WA racing. He's the first to comment on any post that is produced about WA racing. Gives his tips. It's great to have Charlie aboard as well.
Yep.
And all the team. Big Eddie. From New South Wales.
But a big call out to Sean.
Good on you,
listening
Sean.
Down there in Tasmania, purchased a couple of shares and a couple of very nice colts. Loves WA.
Can't wait for Sean to get over and watch him go around.
Yeah, terrific bloke. Had a good email band chat with him over the last few days. Terrific
Outstanding.
guy. And, down there from the Apple Isle.
Very good.
National, Michael. National.
Good to see.
What we need is, I think we need someone in Bali.
Okay.
Maybe Hong Kong. We can go global.
Global, okay. Global Morts. We've got Global Trent.
Yeah. My man.
who drives winners all the time, everywhere, doubles
All over the
everywhere.
globe.
We
Jeez.
might be global talking Trots.
Actually, I haven't. He wasn't on my list tonight
He
for a
was
double,
not.
which is most
Very
unusual
unusual.
for Trent.
Very
but
unusual.
Shannon didn't disappoint. He was there again as always, and Vokey.
Yeah.
So
Now, talking about slot races, hasn't there been musical chairs this week?
certainly has.
After the Miracle Mile, there was a big all eyes on Leap to Fame and what Kevin Seymour and Grant were going to do. They've decided to spell or take a break and target the Queensland Winter Carnival, which opened the way for Speak the Truth, who was still deciding whether to come to WA, which there was an offer on the table from a slot holder.
Good run in the Miracle
Or New
Mile.
Zealand was great run. The great run in the sprint the week before, where it was very, very
Parked
good. And
outside
then,
and won, yeah.
and then led and battled on for third in the Miracle Mile, which is, just fantastic.
Having Larry sitting on your outside
Yeah.
wouldn't be something
And
to
horses,
enjoy.
very good sit and sprint horses on your tail as well,
Yep.
and held them off. Now confirmed we'll be going to Cambridge,
Right, okay.
so won't be coming to WA. Interesting enough, Kevin Jevons announced that Swing Band, after Friday night's performance, sitting outside Lavery-Joe or racing outside Lavery-Joe, and
Performed very well.
very good, wasn't beaten far, is the Jevons horse, which I don't think surprised too many people. Unfortunately, the news the week before that Magnificent Storm, and awful news for the connections. Let's hope that he comes through and we, first of all, he's okay.
Yeah.
And gets back to racing, but first of all, okay. It must be devastating for the team who are very, who love the horse, and, particularly Dot and Ray and Robbie and Damien and the whole team. Let's hope that he gets back, but obviously it's thrown a spanner in the works for the Nullarbor. So Ladbrokes has got to find a new horse. I know Adam's talking to connections, and Ladbrokes probably in the next week or two may make an announcement.
Yep.
So that's Tab Touch still haven't announced theirs.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Interesting enough.
Any indication? As to
Interesting enough. Last year they went with Jason Grimson with Better Zip It.
And won the race?
Won the race. This year, Hot and Treacherous for Jason Grimson won the exact same race. The opening race, the second free-for-all. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the main horse they're looking at.
Okay.
I've got no indication that they have, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Grimson horse, and I would imagine the Grimson horse that's in line with Swayze out of the picture. Frankie Ferocious, I think, will probably go for Queensland and be targeted at that series. Hi, my name is Jeff's just no chance of coming. He struggles to get around Menangle, to tell you the truth, if he's off the pegs.
Bubbled at the start.
Couldn't get around
Saturday.
Melton, so I'm tipping they're not coming with it. So Hot and Treacherous is probably the next in line for the Grimson team, and so it could be it. Obviously, we got Spirit of St. Louis coming over, who ran 5th. Probably slightly disappointing in the final, but probably should have stayed hard up on the fence. But saying that, still made a Miracle Mile final, was fantastic the week before. Obviously, you've got a slot and a couple of options there. Obviously, Never Ending hasn't been tested in open company. We might see that in the Bunbury Cup. But you've also got Mighty Ronaldo if he goes good Friday night. But Tricky Mickey has really announced himself on the free-for-all level as well.
Yeah,
So you got a few spots. Minstrel is probably the Bonds spot at the moment.
you
But
would have to think so.
he's still got a couple, Ideal Agent was good in the Pinjarra Cup.
Yeah, look, he's got plenty of options, but Minstrel, particularly, I mean, if he gets to the front on the pegs,
Yep.
he's going to be...
All the horses
very
started
hard
to
to
trial now. So Diego trialed
Yesterday at
yesterday,
Pinjarra, did you see the-
and Jumpin' Jack Mack. And
Did you see the trial?
yes, I did. Had a look at
that
it.
was...
Never Ending, what'd you think?
yeah, happy. Yeah, very happy. Just doing what he had to do.
So
what he had to do.
it's still up in the air around who's going to be. It's still really intriguing about who's going to take which slots. So yeah,
So
Reams
we've got-
obviously committed to Lavery-Joe, which is great to see him back in winning form.
Oh, he was outstanding last
Yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah.
Do we have any update on Magnificent Storm? Just
No, I haven't.
his
Apart from what was said last week, where he's operated on and
Yeah.
and hopefully he's come through, but there's been no update that I've seen
Yeah,
from
okay.
that. So,
well, we keep our fingers crossed there.
Yeah.
He's been a superstar of WA harness for several years now. He is the biggest draw card
and as
in harness
I think
racing
Rob
in
said,
WA.
I saw somewhere that, he's at his peak now, and probably is. Probably was at his peak. Unfortunately, let's hope that, first of all, he's okay.
Yeah.
And then, it'd be great to get him back.
Certainly would. So, looking forward to what's coming up.
Yeah.
Harness racing, plenty of good harness racing coming up as we head into the Nullarbor, and the following week is the Retrovision Fremantle Cup as well.
After that.
Just a lazy 300.
Yeah.
So some great racing coming up.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
So,
Can't wait.
So there might be one or two other interstate horses that are in line, because there is one or two spots. Obviously, Regency Foods have got a slot now. They already had one because Magnificent Storm was with Ladbroke, so there's 2 slots up for grabs there.
We should have pushed Mike Reid, see what his...
Oh, yeah. Gemelli's have got a slot as well.
Yeah.
So they've got a couple of horses. So,
be interesting to see how it unfolds.
Yeah, we did mention it when we were talking about getting Mike on.
Ask him about that.
Yeah.
But,
we got the plug in for Retrovision. That's amazing.
we did. He's always good to talk to. Mike always gives his time. And
horses are flying at the moment.
they really are. They really are. And great news about Lion Queen.
Yeah, isn't it great?
Yeah. Was an outstanding 2-year-old filly. Would have been the odds-on favourite. But good to hear that she's coming back. What else have I got here for you, Michael? What's my Michael list?
It's been a tough week, Lord.
Never mind the chaos. Being retired.
Unfortunately, I spoke to Kara on Tuesday. Unfortunately, being retired, she'd broken down once before and then had another little issue. So, unfortunately for Never Mind the Chaos, well bred. I know that they're now going to look for starting doing the best thing by the horse. So, unfortunately for the team there.
Now, I know you're a fitness fanatic, because I can just tell by
physique.
Looking at, you're well buffed, just by looking at you. But you might be able to find somewhere local very soon, Michael, to hit the gym. And
have you been watching those updates? Have you?
Yes, I have. Look, I'm looking forward to it. Not that
actually, it's one of our 17 listeners.
Yes, so
Richard.
Can we give him a bit of a push?
Richard has started Challenge Fit, or about to start Challenge Fit.
Challenge Fit, which is down there. It's the corner of Fitzgerald and Walcott.
Yes,
right near the Shell service
Lord.
station.
Is it Lord?
That's what I meant.
Lord and Walcott.
Lord and Walcott near the Shell service station.
Yep.
Challenge Fit. Been watching it over the last month or so as it gets painted and ready to go. So
I got a bit worried when they had the green swatches, but that got taken away very quickly when they painted it all black.
Yes.
I think it looks
very
slick.
So,
very slick. So
have our local gym. Good luck to.
You can call. It's halfway between your house and your work.
It is.
You could call in on the way and just say hello. I don't think you'll do much. But
I won't do much.
You can say hello.
No, good luck to Richard and the team down there.
Yep, for sure.
Challenge Fit.
Challenge Fit. All right, time to take a break. Let's go to the break. We've mentioned Lavrageau a couple of times, and I think I mentioned last week, Mortz, he had to make a statement.
And he made one.
I don't think Kyle Harper listened to me. I think it was always his intention, and with Ray Williams as well. And he made the statement, but also Swing Band went along with him and performed, I thought, really well as well. And both these horses are heading towards the Nullarbor. So let's listen to Lavrageau just holding off Swing Band in a really good free-for-all last week.
Away from the inside. He goes up 3 deep from Hampton Banner and a length and a half to Soho Dow Jones. 27.9 third quarter. Lavrageau and Swing Band go together. Cordero's moved to third. Then comes I'm a 5-Star General and Soho Dow Jones. Lavrageau though fending off Swing Band. A length and a half Cordero. Soho Dow Jones runs to fourth. Lavrageau in front. Swing Band is trying. Lavrageau will fend him and Lavrageau over Swing Band and 2 lengths Cordero. Soho Dow Jones. I'm a 5-Star General. What's up, Sunshine, Volton Tin?
There's always a lot more in store for you at Retrovision. Like Retrovision's lowest price guarantee. If you find a lower price on a same-stocked item, we'll beat it. There's our 60-day price promise, where we'll refund you 120% of the difference if you find a lower advertised price on any purchase. Plus, RAC members save an extra 5% every day of the year. After 60 years, a lot has changed, but there's still a lot more in store at Retrovision.
Meantime, though, favourite got away into the straight. Nullarbor Navajo over Cyclone Charlotte. Never mind the chaos beyond the sea. Minor Catastrophe runs on late, but Corey Peterson and Stuart McDonald team up with Nullarbor Navajo leads all the way. Cyclone Charlotte's run second.
Yeah, she was a good win. Our man Bomber was pretty keen on Nullarbor Navajo last week and got the cash in, upstaying $1.90 favourite, but almost 2.5 lengths in the end to Nullarbor Navajo. Congratulations to Corey and Stewie doing the driving.
Great win. Really good win. Wasn't a bad field. Cyclone Charlotte, who'd been travelling very, very well, came out of the gate pretty hard, but was able to hold up, and once that was the end of it. Very nice win.
And I think they might be going towards the Golden Girls Mile at Pinjarra on
Monday. We've also got the sprint down there on Monday as well.
The Mount Eden sprint. It's going to be a big day at Pinjarra on Monday. And the fields are out now. Let me have a look at the Golden Girls. Max Legacy's drawn 1 for Jocelyn Young. Might have time in 2. Steno 3. Wow. Cyclone Charlotte 4. Flame Tree 5. My Prayer 6. Three Rumours 7. Zafira 8. Lady Jador in 9, and the emergency is Miss Bedica. So 9 across the front for the over the mile. I think all races might be 9 across the front on Monday, and then
that's a very good field, Michael.
Yeah, that's a really good field. $35,000 for the Golden Girls Sprint, and then the Mount Eden Sprint, which is transferred from Gloucester Park to Pinjarra to be part of this big day. The Regency Foods Mount Eden Sprint. Before we get to Bomber, we've got Once Up Sunshine, drawn 1, Soa Dan Jones 2, Shell Patch 3, Diego, after the trial, is in 4. We'll hear that trial shortly. Valentine's Brook in 5, Jumpin' Jack Mac returns to the racing in 6, Swing Band backing up in 7, Ideal Agent 8, and Leverage O outside of the front line over the mile with Mr. Mont Blanc, the reserve. So
that's a good field,
isn't it? What? Plenty of pressure early.
A very good field.
Diego will press forward. Shell Patch is in there. Valentine's Brook jumps back. So really good race. It's going to be a great day at Pinjarra Monday for Dale and the team down there.
Just having a look at some of the other races.
And I think Regency Food has also put up a bonus if someone can break the 150. It's a $10,000 bonus. So
there's some very good races down there on Monday. See some nice horses coming back as well.
Yep.
See Skylord in there, which is good.
Yep.
Steno is going to be very, very hard to beat in the Golden Girls. You've got Franco Encore. Yeah, some great racing. Really good card.
All over the 1684 metres.
11 events.
11 events, which is great. It's great day, and should be a great day's racing on Monday. Now, this segment, Morts, is brought to you by Loans 123, car loans, debt consolidations, all your personal finance. Who do you see?
The nude nut, Steve Sell.
He sure is a great man. Loans123.com.au or 1-800
100 100. You know, Stevie is still doing things the banks can't, Michael.
Yep. And make sure you go and get your free credit report off Steve as well. He'll sort you out.
He's come in very handy over the last couple of weeks.
Well, sure. After the sales, it certainly is. One man who doesn't need it, who's kicking back in Broome, is the great man Scott Hill. Bomber, welcome to the program. How are you?
Thanks, Rad. Yeah, excellent. Thank you. Just only the one winner there last week, but Nullarbor Navajo, she was pretty supreme after just managing to keep her legs underneath into that first corner. We got a bit of a fright there, but yeah, she was a pretty easy watch from then on.
She was the one we chipped up on, and she got the cash and ended up paying $1.90. Now, tomorrow night at Gloucester Park, we're going to preview 4 races here. We've got 10 races on the card. The first at 5:53. We've got a free-for-all race number 6, and I'm the Mighty Quinn worth 30,000 race number 5. And it's the race we're going to look at first for Scott's preview. And let's have a look. The I'm the Mighty Quinn pace over the 21:30 metres And let's have a look at the Tab Touch market. All the races we're going to look at tonight actually have the Tab Touch market races up, 5, 6, 7 and 8 from Bomber Hill. Let's have a look at the market. And Ira Pool, open 130 into 124. Our Silly Beach for Mike Reed at $7. Galaxy Warrior at $21. Franco Mecca, $21. BJ's Boy, $26. Ideal Tomato at $23. Feeling Aces, $61. Rockin' Rufus, $26. And Greg Army at $101. The back line, we have Illawong Mustang at $13. Beleza Nera at $19. And then the two reserves. Bomber.
What about Franco Weston?
Franco Weston's actually scratching, which I think, Bomber, was your selection of place, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, but that's okay. We can change
Adjust.
that on the run.
Okay, we can adjust.
We can.
Along the same lines of thinking, because you thought Franco Weston was going to follow through on the back of Ira Pearl. What are you thinking for this race now?
Yeah, well, you've preempted my thoughts there, Rads, but I'm probably even more confident now, to be honest. I was pretty confident that Ira Pool would hold up and Franco Weston would hold his back, but with him out, Illawong Mustang now gets the opportunity to have that exact same run, and he's a little bit better than $2, which is for a horse that's going as well as him and almost certain to hold the back of Ira Pool. Looks great value to just hold onto his helmet and run into a place, I would have thought.
That is super value there. Race number 5, horse number 11 with the scratching of number 10. So race 5, horse number 11, Illawong Mustang, Dylan Edgerton Green for the place. Bomber, how many units are we having?
We're going to make him a 3-unit place bet more, so I'm super confident. Like I said, I'm actually more confident than I was with Franco Weston, so I can't see, other than bad luck, I can't see how he misses a place this was.
And I wouldn't think the $2.15 is going to last very long either, so I'd have a good look at that one. 3 units the place on Illawong Mustang Race 5, number 11.
Yes, indeed. All right, there we go. 2 units the place, Illawong Mustang. Now, on the run as well, there's been another scratching in the next race we're going to look at, which is going to certainly impact the market, and it has. But I don't think it's going to change your tip too much, Bomber, as we go through it. This is the Tab Touch free-for-all over the 21.30 metres, and let's have a look at the Tab Touch market. What's Up Sunshine, drawn the pole at $2.30. Cordero at $12. Mighty Ronaldo is at $1.90. October Rain at $26. Galactic Star $12. The big scratching, Franco Ecuador, comes out. It was in the market, was around about that $3 in the market, which is the reason the other two have firmed up. And Flying Rumour, now the outside of the 6 runners at $6.50. So prior to this, we had What's Up Sunshine around about the $3, Mighty Ronaldo $2.75, and Franco Ecuador around about $3. It is now Mighty Ronaldo $1.90, What's Up Sunshine $2.30. Bomber, you're still with Mighty Ronaldo.
I am, Rads. He's a class horse in the race. I think the one thing it does do is probably take away one of the options he had. I think, I thought he had a few options. I think he can still have a pretty good crack. He's come back in really good form, this horse, and his effort in the Lord Mayor's Cup first up was phenomenal, really. He was 4 and 5 wide the last 600 and ran a 55.2 last half, and he just kept hunting the line the whole way, and then went down to Pinjarra and, wasn't really his cup of tea where he had to make 2 runs, but he was far from disgrace there as well. And I thought they could have a crack off the arm. I'm not sure that he can cross What's Up Sunshine, he's an okay beginner without being brilliant, and then he musters through. So, if Ronaldo could find some of that, point-to-point speed, he might be a chance of crossing. If he does cross, he'll simply win. But I think even from the breeze, he can probably still win this race. He's a class horse, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Excuse me. 5-horse race now makes it a little bit trickier, but still a nice field. Race 6, number 3, Mighty Ronaldo. What's the staking plan, Bomber?
Yeah, he's also a 3-unit bet, just worse than odds on. I don't think he'll get any shorter than that. I think he'll sort of hover around that price. And like I said, I'd be confident enough he could win from the breeze in this sort of race.
Very good, Bomber. Hope you're right.
Indeed. All right, Bomber, stay there.
He deserves a win, that's for sure.
He certainly does, and his comeback, he's going in great form, and you'd think this race is at his mercy if the right Mighty Ronaldo turns up. Bomber, stay there. We'll come back and preview the next two races we got to look at. We spoke about the trial from Pinjarra, Morts. It was won by Mr. Smarty, who was on the comeback trail for Gary Hall Sr. We haven't seen him since the Derby. Diego, who's obviously a big chance of getting a spot in the Nullarbor, raced in it last year. He's a Pacing Cup winner. He won 2 JP Strattons. Jumpin' Jack Mack, who very rarely runs a bag race. He was trialling on his comeback trail. Might Have Time, who's been going good, the mare. And Never Ending. Hector was in there as well, but Never Ending as well, having his first run back. They went slow early, Morts.
They walked, Michael. They walked.
Which I'm sure the Hall horses could have done at home. Yeah. But they've come back and Never Ending. Hit the line well. Home in 27-4-27, these very good horses. Probably didn't change much in the running order on the way home, but it's a bit hard to when they're getting home in those times and in a trial.
Yeah, not sure that you can learn a lot with such a slow 31 point something. But anyway, it was a good solid hit out for all of them.
Justin, happy with Never Ending?
Yeah, happy with him. Pulled up well. Heart rate was good, so that's all we asked
Plans
for.
with him, maybe the Pro Chevalier first up?
Possibly, yes.
The 4-year-old?
Yeah, possibly.
$50,000 4-year-old? And then possibly a Bunbury Cup. Don't know. You're shaking your head.
Well, will he get a start?
I think he'll get a start.
Can I have that in writing, please?
Well, I don't make any decisions. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No. Look. Obviously, we're going to see how he comes through, but Justin was pleased and pulled up.
Well, he wasn't put in the rankings. I'm not quite sure why. I would have had him in the rankings, and if he's in the rankings, I don't know. We'll see in the next lot of rankings, because they will change, because obviously Magnificent Storm's got to come out and a few others. Yes. So the fact that other horses are now being named at this race might actually change those rankings and how they assess them.
Very much so.
Okay, all right, let's take a break. Let's listen to the open trial, and it was the Hall senior team, Mr. Smarty, Diego, Jumpin' Jack Mack, all coming back in fine fettle, and Never Ending. Junior aboard, didn't let him out of second gear, and got home in outstanding sectionals as we listen to the trial from Pinjarra.
By Might Have Time, and Never Ending's at the tail of the field. Diego comes into the straight in front. Second place is Mr. Smarty, gets back to the inside. Out wider on the track, Jumping Jack Mack. It's Diego in front. Mr. Smarty coming through powerfully. Diego, Mr. Smarty goes through underneath of Diego, takes a narrow lead. Mr. Smarty beat Diego. Third, Jumping Jack Mack. Might Have Time was next. Never Ending was ice cold back into...
Hi, I'm Steve Sell from Loans 123. We are car finance specialists. We can help you find the loan you're looking for, your new car, and help find a home for your old one. If you want a new or used car but feel uncomfortable visiting car yards on your own, we can help and often save you money. For a stress-free way of buying and financing your next car, who do you see? Steve Sell at loans123.com.au or call 1800 100 100.
To the corner now as Shuby's Double goes up to level with Float My Boat and Highview Heidi 3 wide, a link to Jack's Ideal behind them, fourth as they corner in. Going up Highview Heidi on the outside of Shuby's Double to run to the lead. Then comes Jack's Ideal getting to third, but Highview Heidi comes away from Shuby's Double. It's a Strawn Quinella, and it's Highview Heidi over Shuby's Double, and a length away third is Jack's Ideal from Moneywell.
It was a Quinella to the Strawns. Congratulations, Paul and Simone. Highview Heidi, 240, end up getting the cash in race that probably surprised a little bit. Once Float My Boat found the front, I thought, geez, this is going to be hard to beat, but unfortunately wasn't great towards the end, gave ground. Shuby's Double did a really good job after sitting outside. And really Jack's Ideal was just behind him. So, yeah, a bit of a future for the 2-2-year-olds, I think, moving forward.
Certainly.
Yeah, really good. All right, Morts, this segment is brought to you by our very good friends at Steel Blue Boots. Built for comfort, made for work, and they are a mark of true skill.
They are, Michael, and they are designed for comfort, and they are comfortable. Yeah. Durability and choice.
Yeah.
And, of course, they're backed by that 30-day 100% comfort guarantee. So whatever you do, Steel Blue boots are tailor-made to help you do your best.
Yeah.
And our man always does his best. I think he's on the other side of Australia as we speak.
Of course he is.
He's just unbelievable.
Yeah. When I've been stomping my feet this week, because I've been a bit unhappy.
Nothing
better than Steel Blue boots to do it in.
Stomping in a pair of Steel Blues. No.
They have come in handy this week, the steel caps.
And of course, you know they are Australia's leading supplier of work boots.
Of course they are, and they are the best.
Yep.
They're a class above everything else, much like yourself, Morts.
Thanks, Michael.
All right, let's have a look at the next race we're going to look at. And it is race number 7. It is race number 7 tomorrow night. The Sky Racing Division 2 over the 2130 metres. Let's have a look at the Tab Touch market. We've got a Kuto at $2.80 in from $3. Rascal is pretty solid at the $2.50. Little Happy Fella $6. Baltic Ace $51. Burley Shard $14. At a Spoil Major at $31. Lamandiere at $9. Rockaball $9. And American Bullet at $23 rounds out the 9. Bomber. What have we got for race number 7, the Sky Racing Pace?
Yeah, very keen. This guy, Kuto, he's been in very good form for a long time now and just continues to race well. He doesn't get the opportunity to lead very often, but when he does, he excels, and I think he'll hold up really easily from the 1, and doesn't look to be any pressure thereafter, I don't think. Last time he led back in January, he ran a 156 mile and home in 57, and he's going just as well now as he was then. Kyle driving in supreme form and full of confidence, and I think he'll just lead and win. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't start favourite.
I like your confidence there, Bomber. Michael and I were talking earlier on about Kyle Symington.
Yep.
He's driving in very good form, and like you said, his confidence is up. You would think if a Kuto does get to the front, he's going to be extremely hard to beat. So I like your enthusiasm. Race number 7, horse number 1, a Kuto, driven by Kyle Symington. I can feel a reasonable bet coming on here. What's the staking plan, Bomber?
Yeah, another 3-unit bet. Like I said, I'm very, very keen, and I'll be surprised. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't start favourite. It just looks his race to lead and win.
Yes, have to agree there. He's like Santa Claus tonight, Bomber. He's
best in the night.
3 units
280.
everywhere.
At 280 as well.
Very nice.
Come in spinner. All right, let's have a look at race number 8. The final race we got to look at, it's the Steelos Pace. And you were in Steelos last week.
Now, there's a good place, Michael.
Yeah, you had them.
Good food.
The meat platter.
Oh, it was like being back in Croatia. It was beautiful. No, it was very nice. Food's always good there. Always good. Good atmosphere. A lot of people around. You got the football playing. Just walk out onto the deck. You can watch the race.
It's been hard to get into lately. You couldn't get in there the other week. I had to make a special table for you.
It's
been very popular.
But book a table.
Yes,
it is very, very popular.
I suggest
and the
you book a table because not everyone's got the Glen Mortimer weight to throw around to get a special table.
Yes, no, it was always a good night at Steelos.
All right, let's have a look at the market for race number 8, the Tab Touch, the Steelos Pace. Let's have a look at Tab Touch market, 2130 metres. Sid Strippo, $4.20. Euston Flyer at $14. Tubbs Farquhar, $5.50. Mr. Linton, the favourite for Mike Reid, at $2.70. I Better, $16. Street Appeal, $23 into $21. Johnny Lombo, $41. Fjord, $34. And then we've got Gordon at $12. Naming Lights, $18. And Trit Trit Bang Bang at $7. Bomber.
Now, Trit Trit Bang Bang was a winner a couple of starts back, which wasn't long ago. It was only last week down there at Bridgetown.
Yep, and $6.50, $7 in the market outside the back line in this race. Bomber, what have you got for us for race number 8?
Yeah, a bit of value to finish up. I said last week, and we were on Street Appeal, that he'll be winning a race soon enough, and I didn't think the effort last week suggested otherwise, so happy to butter up again at the $20 plus, and he was, again, last week running into dead ends late, and he's held that form for a while now, so he will need the race run upside down. He does need plenty of luck, but plenty of speed underneath him. Hopefully he can slot across into the running line and they overdo it, and he can be one over the top 8 at big price.
I'm so glad you've found one in that race, Bomber, because I had a look and I had absolutely... It's a very difficult race.
Tough.
Very difficult race. Plenty of chances, and I know you've been following Street Appeal, and hopefully Friday night is the night. Callans of Elko going very, very well. Very well indeed. Train and driven Callan Savelko, race number 8, horse number 6, Street Appeal, $23. What's the staking plan, Bomber?
Yeah, just the 1 unit. More, like I said, he will need plenty of luck, but I wouldn't forgive myself if I let him go around and win at $20 odd, that's for sure.
All right, Street Appeal in race number 8 at good value, the best value of the night from our man Scott Bomber Hill. Bomber, have you got a multi for us tomorrow night?
Yeah, we need to get one of these up. I've been pretty poor in this area, but 3-legger tomorrow night. I thought Sugar Street in the first for the place. He's found a really nice race here, and despite the draw, I think he'll definitely run into a place, a winning chance, but definitely run into a place. The race 2, number 1, Soho Santorini, I think he'll lead and win. And then race 3, number 1, Make Your Mark. She's got the fitness edge over her main rival here, and I think Junior will just drive her to benefit that, and I think she'll win out in front.
All right, so race 1, number 9, a place. Race 2, number 1, a win. And race 3, number 1, a win as well. Kickstart the night in great fashion, Morts.
As we then launch into race 5 with a 3-unit bet, race 6 with a 3-unit, race 7 with a 3-unit, and just a lazy $23 shot in the last one we're going to bet in. I've got to tell you, Bomber, if you have a good night...
It'll be better than a good night if it does come off.
Outstanding night. So you have been in good form, very good form. So we wish you luck on Friday night.
Yeah, and don't take this the wrong way, Bomber, but after 1 week, we've already got someone else for the country tips.
No, I was expecting that phone call. When the tap on the shoulder came earlier today, I wasn't at all surprised.
We've got a very special guest coming up to do the country tips for us very shortly. It's someone that's heard here on Tab Radio, and can't wait to have him join the program. But Bomber, thanks for your help, and we'll speak to you next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
There we go, Scott Bomber Hill.
Now, Michael, just some great...
I always get worried when you say, "Hey, Michael."
Yeah, no. There was some great racing over the weekend and early this week. Northern Bridgetown, their first meeting for the year in Pinjarra. Northern, great battle between the two brothers, Callan and Shannon Savelko, and Travel Band just proved too strong after a very fiercely contested race. Bricky's Dream. This horse was $1,000,000 at the bell, could not see daylight, has had to take him out and eventually get around, only just held on, but reeled them in before hanging on at $1.12, so it would have been a few nervous moments, but he was in a bit of trouble there, Dylan, but he managed to get him out. Lucy N travelled well throughout, but had to come from a long way back to get up and score at $41. And impressive signs for Mitchell Miller. Matt Young did the Kingston Town on the corner.
Can't win.
No, can't win, and it couldn't. But I tell you what, this thing has rocketed down the outside and got up and won. Amazing. You just couldn't see how it would. Trit, bang, bang. Finally drew barrier 1. Had a horror run on draws for ages. Finally drew barrier 1, so it decides to skip and gallop. And anyway, got down and just proved too good for them. Follow the music, got a good trip for Shannon before coming away. Gerardo started off the 60 metres, 50 metres I think, galloped off the stand, went straight back, finally caught up the field, then Aidan put him into the race and he just went on to win by about 20 metres. He was in a different galaxy to those horses there. Joey James was a good winner for Brad Lynn, driven by Toby Lynn, and Will Fast rounded out the card for Aidan. Took the lead after half a lap and just too good. The Esplanade down at Pinjarra on Monday looked very, very impressive for Kim Prentice and Mitchell Miller. It's by American Ideal out of the Boulevard, which is a Mach 3 mare, for owners Trevor and Maureen.
A relation went through the sales the week before.
Sorry, Trevor and Colleen. Yeah, for Trevor and Colleen.
So one out of the Boulevard went around. Went through the sales ring.
The Esplanade was extremely impressive. Alpha Freeway brought up a part of a double for Barry Howlett, who got a double down there. Adore Me Some More Well, Happy Chappy spoilt the day for great Boulder. Went on to win by 10 metres.
Yeah.
For Lindsay Harper and Ian Gossage, who...
It was a big upset on the day.
Who I think last week also had Hunt the Magic in the last, and that got up and paid $41. Yeah. So Ian Gossage and Lindsay Harper doing well. Some great racing. Yep. Really good racing.
And can't wait for this Monday as well.
Yes. Cracking day down there at Pinjarra. So get along and have a look. 11-event card.
All right. We've got to get some tips for Bunbury on the Code Friday night meeting.
Who's going to do that, Mike?
Well, we're going to announce it in just a moment. Okay. Let's take a break. As we go to the break, the Stand Start event was won by a very strong performance from Luca. Bill Hayes. This horse has got a lot of ability, Morts.
That was a good run.
And real tough effort. As we go to the break, let's listen to Luca just being too strong for his opposition.
Horseshoe sweeping wider, American Bullet, no run, Skippy's Delight, and Feeling Aces, it's Luca and Mr. Mont Blanc, they corner. Luca a length now 2 on Mr. Mont Blanc, Fight of Fame the inside, Gub Stars, Feeling Aces out late, Luca the leader, Fight of Fame gives chase with Gub Stars, Feeling Aces, but Luca has beaten Fight of Fame, Feeling Aces, Mr. Mont Blanc and Gub Stars.
New Mazda.
Yep, I love it. We got it from Bayswater Mazda.
I keep hearing great things about them.
They're fantastic to deal with. Great people, great coffee too.
At Bayswater Mazda, you'll always be well looked after. Visit the team today and find the best drive-away deals on new Mazdas and pre-owned vehicles. Driving is better with Bayswater Mazda.
So's the coffee.
Go and see Bayswater Mazda at the corner of Guildford and Garrett Road, Bayswater. DL 25174.
Group 1 glory in the Miracle Mile, and the leader is Speak the Truth, but here comes Leap to Fame. Nowhere to go for Spirit of St. Louis. They were followed further back in the field then by Sooner the Better, getting into the clear at the right time. Leap to Fame goes to the lead. Here's the Boulder in the field. Sooner the Better sidling up alongside. Frankie Ferocious into the clear from Spirit of St. Louis. Leap to Fame needs to fight. He leads again. Leap to Fame. This could be a historic victory. This standard bred superstar. What a winner. Too good, Leap to Fame. He was just about down and out when Sooner the Better got on terms, but he has fought back, and a historic win in the big one. Goes home to...
Yeah, it was a big win to Leap to Fame. He's now won the Inter-Dominion Hunter Cup and Miracle Mile in the same season.
Pretty hard to argue with that,
in succession,
Michael.
Because I think the seasons overlap. But yes,
very hard to argue with that.
Yeah, what a performance. Sooner the Better loomed up, looked like he had his measure. Wasn't quite good enough, but a great drive by Gavin Fitzpatrick. And I think Loyalist should have stayed 3 pegs, but it wouldn't have given Sooner the Better the spot. 3 pegs would have been the spot to be, and it was in the end. But great performance to Leap to Fame, just to work so hard to get over the top of Speak to the Truth, who's been going so well, and then have the sitting shot on Sooner the Better had on it and hold him off. So great performance.
We spoke about Speak the Truth last week. Outstanding run. The week before, and then an outstanding run to finish up third in the Miracle Mile. But as they turned and the other one came off, I thought, well, this is going to be interesting, but he's just a good horse.
Yeah.
Very hard to win. Inters, Hunter Cup, Miracle Mile, done everything he's achieved.
Yeah. And on the night, It's Merlin was really big in the free-for-all. He's a very good horse. I think Mark drove him much more to the way that he should have been driven. And congratulations to Robbie Watson. And
won the New South Wales Derby.
And also Ricky Alchin, who I think was the trainer and driver, Soho Spectre. Actually won the Sapling Stakes on the same night 12 months before. He's come back and won the Derby as a 3-year-old. Great effort. Beat Bay of Biscayne, who was a high-priced yearling. Very good horse on the way up. Sergeant Lou looks to be a really nice horse. Walk by Faith looks to be a very good horse. So could be a really good derby. So really, really good win from Soho Spectre, who Rob Watson, who's you're combining with Never Ending in the Eureka slot. So
now this is hard to believe, but that was Rob's first derby.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter.
Amazing.
Yeah, isn't it? Considering how many juvenile races that he's won and
a lot of success.
2 and 3-year-old races he's won, that's
a lot of success. Put so much into the industry.
Yeah.
And I was very pleased for him. It was great.
All right. This segment is brought to you by, before we introduce our country tipster, who we haven't announced yet, he's waiting online, is Bayswater Mazda. Driving is better in a Bayswater Mazda, corner of Guildford and Garrett Roads, Morts, and you know better than anyone else how good a Bayswater Mazda is.
A Mazda on its own is outstanding. A Bayswater Mazda is even better, Michael. Beautiful cars, the CX-60. They've got the service department there, which is first class. They've got used cars, and they've just got the best coffee and a great team of people. So get down there and see the team at Bayswater Mazda in Bayswater.
It's not just selling you a car, it's the after-sale service as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
They look after you.
They do.
All right. Now, Morts, have you been listening to the show on a Monday morning? Often pacing with Matthew Young. Tim Walker was supposed to do it, but he's off for 3 weeks.
Yes.
Leah, who's in the next studio to us, admirably stepped in on Monday and did a fabulous job with Matt Young. But the other rising star of the media is Oliver County, who, at great expense to the company, is going to join our show and give us some country tips.
Good, because we need them, Michael.
He's standing on the line, the star of Often Pacing, Oliver. Oliver, welcome to Talking Trots.
Thanks very much. I'm honoured to be on this great show.
Well, on Twitter, you used to be known as Pike in the Last, so I think it's apt to what we've got, Pike in the Last segment.
Yes.
Yeah, yep. I'm happy to be on at any stage, so looking forward to it.
Mate, you're doing a very good job. You're very new to media and doing this type of stuff, and it can be a bit daunting, but working with professionals such as Tim Walker and Matt Young, I think it would make it a lot better, and also Leah, who jumped in Monday. And mate, it's great that you can come on our show and hopefully we can find some winners. We won't get any Pinjarra tips off you this week or Gloucester Park, because we'll save that for Monday, because we'll let you do the form and we won't rush you with your tips. But, mate, first of all, welcome to the show, and hopefully we can get you on every week.
Thanks very much. It'd be a pleasure to come on.
All right. Now, this week, we've got Bunbury on the Friday night, the dual meeting. There's, let me have a look at the field. So I think there's 7 races at Bunbury on Friday night, the dual meeting. Under lights again for Bunbury. Great to have the lights back on. 7 races, the first at 6:05. What do you think of the meeting, Oliver, and how many you got for us at Bunbury tomorrow night?
I've got 2 at Bunbury. The first one is in race 3. A really smart 3-year-old last season. Sort of not one of the best for you, but still really, really handy horse. Call Me What You Want. Returned really well last start at Pinjarra behind Mungatar, who's quite a nice horse. It's quite a big field here, so I'm just hoping we get some value. He really does look the winner here, so even off the back row, I think he'll be pretty short, but I think he'll be winning. In the next race I quite like was race 5. I thought Roman Legion was really impressive last start. He got back a bit in the field from a wide gate. Didn't really seem a race that would be ideal for horses to run on in. They ran 28.5 down the back, but he was still good enough to pick up Ultra Freeway right on the line, and I thought he'd be better for the run, and he'd be really hard to beat here as well. So they were the 2 I liked at Bunbury.
So we've got race 3, number 9, Call Me What You Want, and we've also got race 5, number 10, Roman Legion. That's at Bunbury on Friday night, the co-meeting. It's first race at 6:05.
For Jocelyn Young, Roman Legion, Jocelyn's been going very well, Michael.
Yes, she certainly has. Now, Ollie, you're also a keen follower of Queensland racing. You follow it, and if anyone's who's seen your Twitter feed knows that you like Queensland. Have you got any mail for us in Queensland that we can fall into?
I love my Queensland racing. Looking forward to race 6 on Saturday, where Gus, who was one of the really impressive runners in the Inter-Dominion Series, he steps out again after winning the Jim McNeil final last start. He was super, super impressive. I've just seen Defensive Guy, who was the second favourite, come out, but I think Gus really looks just the one to beat here. Adele off the back row, tops 30 metres under the handicap conditions, and I thought she was probably a bit below her best last start, so I think that Gus should be winning that race.
Yeah, he certainly went great guns through the Dominion Series, didn't he? Race 6, number 8, Gus, off the 10 metres at Albion Park in the Trotters Marathon over the 3,157 watts.
Yeah, it's a fair stroll. Now, Ollie.
Yeah.
Can you give us a bit of background about yourself? You obviously love your harness racing, and like Michael said, we love following on Twitter and your tips. What got you into harness racing, and in particular becoming a expert tipster, which we're about to make you into?
I wasn't really from a racing family at all, and I was just a lover of sport. And you sort of slowly get introduced to all sorts of different sports as you're growing up, and sort of 18, 19, I quite liked horse racing and thought that was interesting, but I didn't really feel like I could get an edge on. I felt like it was really difficult, the thoroughbreds. You know, you've got track pattern and all these sorts of other things, which makes it a bit more difficult. But with harness racing, you just turn up and the track's the same every day. There might be a bit of a wind, but otherwise everything's pretty similar. So I sort of was able to find a few winners early on. There was a horse called Fat Profit, which is well named, and it won a couple of races in Queensland and New South Wales, and I was able to find it something like $20. And I thought after that, how easy is this? But it turned out it wasn't that easy.
How long's it been going on for? Yeah.
Yeah, but after that, I just worked really, really hard, and I talked to every expert I could about how they do form, and I tried to learn everything I could, and I'm still, you know, as we all are, a work in progress, but I love it, and I love harness racing, and every day I wake up and think about it and go to sleep thinking about it too. So
you are mates with Hayden, aren't you? Because he dreams about it. He dreams about junior drivers.
Participants, yeah, he certainly does.
He loves his Cheltenham as well. I saw he tipped an $8 winner in the paper the other day.
He did. He's already he started at the West, and already he started tipping at Redcliffe Trots.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And a few other places. God bless him. Well. He's going to be a great asset to the West, Hayden, and I think he's going to bring an extra dimension to their coverage on many levels.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Ollie, what's your if people want to follow you on Twitter?
Yeah.
It is.
You changed it, didn't you?
_in. Yeah, my handle is still the same. I think Pike_in.
Pike_in. Okay, well, got to tell you, follow Ollie because he's not a bad judge. Yeah. It's early days, but not a bad judge.
Yeah, I've got to say, Ollie, you're doing a great job. It is a bit daunting when you first start and coming through, but you present yourself really well, and the show's going great guns with yourself and Matt, and I think it can only get better, and it's great that we're promoting both the Pinjarra and then the Gloucester Park meeting from the Monday. It's fantastic, and you two blokes do a great job, and whether it's Tim or Leah hosting, I think it's going to be a very successful show moving forward. And mate, it's great that you're part of our show, because I think you'll add an extra dimension to us here on Talking Trots.
Thanks very much, guys. Really, really pleased to be on and enjoying the show and looking forward to next week.
It's good. Like, I remember the first time we met you, Ollie, at Gloucester Park, and I said to Mort, there's Pike in the last. And you're sitting with the very powerful Michael Young.
And Matty
Joss.
Yes.
And I reckon we could have done our show that night to all our listeners.
All of our listeners were right there in Steelos. So.
And done it live. But Ollie, mate, thank you for coming on. Hopefully we've found everyone a few winners as it's grown to 18, our listener list.
Yes, correct.
Hopefully we've found them a few winners. And, mate, we'll speak to you next week, eh?
Thanks very much, guys.
Good on you. Ollie, make sure you're listening on Monday morning.
I do listen, Michael.
Yep, great show. If you miss it on the radio, you can always go to the podcast on Tab Radio and listen to it.
Certainly can, and you can get the tips on Twitter as well. So, no, doing a good job is Ollie, and glad to have him on board. So, fantastic. And
really good.
Betting up there in Albion Park.
He loves Queensland.
Yeah, it's good.
Loves Queensland.
Very good. Excellent.
What's big show?
Was.
Great to chat to Mike Reid. Bomber, hope we've found a few winners.
Got to see if they've got anything else for him.
You've got a lot of notes.
I do.
You had pages and pages. I was getting a bit worried you'll get to keep going through.
No.
At one stage. few questions for me. No,
Yeah,
nothing.
No, all good. You're unscathed, but
That's good.
Working on a couple.
That's right. That's good. All right. Building into the Nullarbor, can't wait. The Bunbury Cup's got to be fantastic as we ride in. But Monday, after the Pinjarra Cup, the previous week, we got the big race meeting Monday. It's got to be fantastic. The all-mile day. I know Dale and the team have been working on it for a while.
That's a great card.
This promotion and great support from Robbie Tomlinson and Regency Food to put up the bonus and sponsor the race, which is fantastic. And I think it's going to grow the day as well. They used to have the Super Nines, remember that?
Yeah.
I think it's very much in that style, and hopefully it grows for them.
Good time of year. Weather's going to be great on Monday.
Yeah.
It's always a good day out at Pinjarra, and that sprint.
And as we've spoken,
both of the big races.
The way that the program is now, and that we've come in and done the feature race program into the Nullarbor,
awesome.
The Pinjarra Cup, the Mount Eden Sprint at Pinjarra now, and the Bunbury Cup are really important lead-ins into the Nullarbor and the Retrovision Fremantle Cup.
Certainly are, Michael. Good for both clubs to have.
All three,
fantastic.
And WA harness racing.
Yeah, it certainly is. So look forward to a big day down at Pinjarra on Monday.
Sure is. I'll be there. I'm not sure you'll be there now, so you won't have a runner, but yeah.
I've got a couple of.
Have you? Because I haven't seen the field. I only saw the two main fields. So.
Yeah, just great fields. I look forward to it.
Yeah, good as gold. All right. Thanks, Morts. Thanks for your time. Thanks to the boys for paddling. Thanks for everyone for listening. Until next week, it's bye for now.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.